everybody, and welcome to episode 23 of the Detroit Lions franchise, coming off a big win against the Philadelphia Eagles, who were able to beat us just last season. It's good to get a little revenge. The first thing I wanted to do in this episode, we're finally allowed to see our free agents, but two, kind of get an idea where our salary cap is. And we had a couple signings last season, so I thought originally that'd be lower. But, we ended up going to the guy with the biggest contract on the list so we can actually see how much money we have. And $91 million, and that is already excluding what Frank Ragnow is expecting. I'm expecting at least over $100 million going into the next offseason. It's the most we've had since the start of the series, where in the first season we had practically nothing. And just last off season, we had to make quite a bit of moves, to have the available money we did going into the off season. So we have a lot of room for maneuver if we do decide to try and get aggressive in free agency this season. We tried it last season or last off season, didn't work too well. We missed out on a couple big targets, but you know what? I think if we can have a better season than we did just last year, we might be a more, a place that, team players are going to want to come to. And if we can do that, put up a good record, try and sneak our way into playoffs or at least improve over last year. And, with all the guys we're going to be developing, the young guys, this team has a lot of potential already. But being in a good financial situation can really, to a certain extent, just boost the cause or boost the, opportunities to get there, to get to where we want to be, and that is a dominant team in the NFC, that can boost us, get us there quicker. So we're going to be seeing Dak Prescott, who unfortunately in real life, massive injury for him. It was not fun to watch, but I was having a freaking career year. I mean, he was looking absolutely phenomenal, and I'm not sure how he did last season specifically. But, Dak Prescott, has what he needs, in the skill set to put up a lot of yards on a defense. It's also our passing defense, which has struggled in the first two games. So, still a lot of weapons here. I believe they still have their big three, and Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup. That's still their big three targets. I'm pretty sure they are all there. I can confirm that for you at some point during the video. But I'm pretty sure I saw all three of them on the field on the play just before. So, they still have Ezekiel Elliott. They still have quite a bit of talent on the offensive line. Maybe not as much as the first season, but they do still have two superstars on the offensive line. And, of course, the big three and Ezekiel Elliott. This is a very dangerous offense. So we're going in here 2nd and 5. They've already gotten 2 first downs on us so far, and it has come through the air as CeeDee Lamb getting to the outside there. It's going to be Jeff Okudah who eventually brings him down, but a huge gain after the catch for CeeDee Lamb. 1st and 10 now with Ezekiel to the right. They're actually going to go for a read option, and he's going to be able to spin off of the tackle and gain a couple extra yards. That's a nice gain of 4 for Dak Prescott. Not something that we were expecting, but at least we were able to adjust, right away and make the tackle before he got any big yards. Finding Amari Cooper on the next play for a slant. Now it's going to be another 1st and 10, but this time on the 11-yard line. He's going to get pressure coming in, and I believe that is Josh Sweat, who got a sack in the first game, has been one of our more consistent pass rushers so far. He was able to get a couple sacks in the preseason as well. He's looked great, but there goes CeeDee Lamb on the slant. Wow. That's a big touchdown. CeeDee Lamb has absolutely exposed us in coverage. An amazing route runner, but we definitely don't want to see that against our guys. And we're probably going to have to send some support, or at least play a little bit less man against this offense. I mean, we cannot get cut up like that. They have 3 extremely talented receivers, so if it's not going to be CeeDee Lamb on one play, it's going to be Amari Cooper, it's going to be Michael Gallup. So we're going to have to really buckle down on defense to try and stop it. First play, we get a nice run with DeAndre Swift. Philip Shelby, who's had a great start to his career and the season. We saw his stats just before, is 2-0 in his starts right now, so we're definitely happy with that. And he's been riding off 2 solid performances. He did miss out on a development upgrade But you know what? He had a great game nonetheless, and more importantly, we got the win. The way he's playing right now, I don't think it'll be long before he has another opportunity to get it. We're going to find Rodney Foreman on the drag there. That's a good gain. He's able to get to the outside and ride the sideline for extra yards. Going to DeAndre Swift again, and still a talented D-line and linebacker core. They did lose Leighton Vander Esch last off season, but Jalen Smith, they still got DeMarcus on the end. Doesn't have the superstar ability that he once had, but a rookie mistake there by Philip Shelby. He's rolling out, tries to make a play, so he's just going to throw it up there for Rodney Foreman, and the double team is just more likely to win, even with a guy like Rodney. And you know what? Just trying to make a play when he could have just thrown it out of bounds. It's definitely disappointing, but also his first interception of the season. And that means that the Dallas Cowboys get the chance to extend their lead possibly, since they get the ball right back, and we're not even into the second quarter just yet. Dak Prescott, empty back set, looking around. He's going to go under there to Ezekiel in real life when it comes to the passing game, but unfortunately, it is not going to be enough to get the first down. So here comes Philip Shelby with a second chance. Hopefully we do not get another turnover. That would put us in a bad situation. A big thing I just realized there is Jalen Smith is also playing on the end. So possibly trying to take advantage of Taylor Decker, maybe put some more speed on the edge. We're going to have to monitor that throughout the game. But DeAndre Swift, 2 big runs back to back. We get a little counter there, some great pulls by the guard. And we get some big yards, able to get to the second level and almost break it off. Unfortunately, both safeties were still back there. Now, 1st and 10 on the 47. We are officially in the second quarter. Philip Shelby reading the defense. He's going to snap the ball, trying to get to the outside. No, Crocker is unable to get big yards right there. He's had 2 great games back to back. The first 2 weeks, he started off with great debuts, getting big runs in both games. Crocker's just a weapon that we're able to bring in there, who's done more than what we expected. We were really expecting just a power back kind of guy, someone who can kind of take Kerryon Johnson's role, but maybe not with the same amount of explosiveness. But Crocker has proven us wrong, and he's been able to get 2 massive runs to help shift the game or solidify a lead, depending on which week we're talking about. And he's been phenomenal for us in that backup role. 2nd and 5 now in the pistol. Shelby behind. Looking around. He's going to dump this one off to Mello St. Clair, rookie receiver, in the 2nd or 3rd round. We're going to try and get him more involved as the season goes on. He shows a lot of potential to be our future slot guy. Now, DeAndre Swift wide open on the little bubble route to the left, and nobody's covering him, so he's just going to walk into the end zone untouched. Perhaps the easiest touchdown of his career. We'll have to see as this series goes on, but I don't think you can really beat that. Almost intercepted now by Kevin King. And it feels like that happens, that's happened in all 3 games so far, and we just haven't capitalized on it. It is too bad. We still do not have our first interception of the season, and Kevin King has had plenty of opportunities. Let's hope he can start getting some of those, because in 2019, he did have 5, so we know he's capable of it. I think he's just in his head perhaps at the moment. Now, another big stop on 3rd down. It's going to cause a 4th and inches, a little surprise call. They don't get aggressive there. And we are going to get the chance to get the ball back on the 26. Now Swift in between the guard and the tackle to the outside, breaks a tackle. And it's going to be the ensuing defenders who are going to finally take him down. That's Quandre Diggs, the Cowboys defensive back. Philip Shelby in the I formation. He's going to snap the ball. It's a play action. Looking around, trying to find an open man. And unfortunately, it's our non-pass catching fullback who's going to get the target. And the linebacker was right there with him, sticking hip to hip. So not much to go there. Trying to bounce inside there off the pitch to the left. DeAndre Swift is not going to get much. A defensive tackle was actually the one pursuing there. That's a great effort play by the Cowboys defender. Down the middle to Swift, trying to get him involved in all facets of the game. We think we've been a little inconsistent with his carries and with his split between pass and run so far throughout this season, and we want to fix that hopefully this week. We know what he's capable of doing on both ends, being a multi-use weapon. Now, trying out one of those new plays we've added this year, and that's just a little, forward pitch pass reverse to one of our slot receivers. And we were able to get some pretty decent plays throughout the preseason. Nothing so far here, but it's not a play that we call often, so we're hoping to catch offenses on by surprise when we do end up calling it. Unfortunately, on 3rd and 5, we are going to get sacked for -7 yards, and we're going to be forced to punt the ball. So on the 20-yard line now, Dak Prescott is going to find the hook route, and Jeff Okudah has been very solid in the hook routes, coverage throughout the 2 seasons. Throughout our first season with him. And even this season, he's got a decent start with a couple knockdowns on the hook passes. But I think we're going to see, possibly a different game now that we're facing guys like Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, who are known for their routes. He's going to have a challenge here no matter who lines up in front of him. But going deep here and almost intercepted by Jeff Okudah. So Dak Prescott perhaps waiting just a little too long to make the throw there. And, that's going to be sailing in the sky too long. Both players get adjusted, and Jeff Okudah is able to adjust. But going deep once again to Amari Cooper and using the stack technique, Jeff Okudah is going to get in front of Amari there and shut down that pass as well. Looking around, we're going deep for ourselves here, going for Sammy Watkins on the fake screen. He was so good for us last week. Lots of catches, was pretty essential for some, the crucial yards. And, we're trying to ride that hot streak a little bit. If he can get us some more big plays. And speaking of big plays, DeAndre Swift to the left, untouched once again, all the way into the end zone. I mean, he walked in for free. We were saying just earlier that his first touchdown might have been the easiest of his career, but in the same game, he's able to make that quite a debate already. Now, we're leading 14-7 with only about a minute and a half, not even a minute 15 left in the second quarter, hoping that we can, get out of this half with the lead and get the ball back after half and kind of, start capitalizing on some of our opportunities. But come back right there, and that's Michael Gallup on Kevin King. That's a tough matchup for Kevin King. I mean, that's an extremely quick receiver, and we know naturally these bigger cornerbacks do usually struggle against the quick receivers just because, when you're so tall and lanky. And wow, right up the seam, Ezekiel Elliott all the way to the end zone. Nobody was expecting that. Not even Malik Hooker, who seemed to try to, dictate where he was going, in, out, or hook. But Ezekiel Elliott just blows by him for an easy touchdown. DeAndre Swift on the screen pass off to the left. But going back to Kevin King, these taller cornerbacks just struggle on the agility part of it. It's harder to move their legs at that speed. They don't necessarily always miss out on, pure speed, straight line speed, but the quickness has been something that they've struggled with, throughout the, period of time we've been seeing big corners in the league. The Richard Shermans and all, the Brandon Browners, those guys who are 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", playing the cornerback position. Those quicker guys can be a challenge for them. And I think Kevin King, even though this is probably the third target on this offense, and Michael Gallup is going to have quite the challenge there. Back on offense, let's get back to, talking about what's happening right now. A big flat route catch for TJ Hawkinson, able to turn it upfield for those extra yards. That's just, one of those bonuses from having a tight end like him. And finding Sammy Watkins on the little out and in. And he's going to be able to get the first down and a couple more there. So with 18 seconds left, we are once again in the position to put some points up and get the ball back at half. Now going short once again to TJ Hawkinson. Just trying to find the open guy right now. The worst thing we can do is create a turnover. No matter what, we can see this as being set up to finish this drive with points. Philip Shelby looking around, is going to roll out and get sacked. DeMarcus Lawrence, one of the defensive, front seven players that we were talking about at the start of the video. He's still got a lot of talent, and that's going to force us to take a field goal right before half. So a good game so far, 17-14. We're definitely happy to get the lead before half. We do receive the ball, I'm pretty sure. So we have an opportunity to solidify this lead and kind of just ride out that momentum, after going down early. to the the Dallas Cowboys. I was about to say Philadelphia. Any Dallas Cowboys fan can be angry at that. That's horrible. Agnew in the first kickoff return of the second half is going to get us all the way to the 25. We're being a little bit more conservative with him this season, trying not to skew the numbers and be more realistic. Because in reality, even with a guy like Agnew, the more you do that, at some point you're going to get caught and you're not going to make the 25-yard line, and then you're just missing out on some free yards. So I think if we're more conservative, and I think if Agnew can, pick out the kickoff returns he wants to take chances on, if he sees something instead of, telling him to get going on every single one, I think he'll be even more productive. Just like last week. I mean, his first kickoff return of the series, going deep for Rodney Foreman, and it's intercepted on the first drive of the second half. And the chemistry between these two definitely has to improve. Doesn't look like they have that natural chemistry that Matthew Stafford and Rodney Foreman had. They have been able to make a couple tough grabs together, but I think that's just ball positioning experience right there. If you see a stack, you kind of want to put it on a needle and let him use his big body, but unfortunately throw it over the shoulder and he gets caught. Now going deep, and Jeff Okudah is finally going to give out a big catch to Amari Cooper, who does go down after the play, perhaps landed awkwardly after the catch. But that is a big loss for this Dallas offense. Now, Ezekiel Elliott behind. We send the blitz, and that is Mitch Klein, who gets there untouched. And it looks like Ezekiel Elliott doesn't even realize he's going through the gap until, Dak Prescott is already going down. That's a great play and a great call by the defensive coordinator there to back them up and hopefully force a field goal so we have the chance to take the lead again right away. Dak Prescott in the shotgun, Ezekiel off to his left. I'm not sure if Amari has returned. It does not look like it. Hopefully it is not a serious injury. We haven't received an update yet, but Michael Gallup says he can do it himself. Able to come back on the fade route there, and just a great throw by, Dak Prescott to put it right on him. Not let, Jeff Okudah adjust to the ball too much. And that's going to be a walk-in touchdown for Ezekiel Elliott on the very next play. That's a big play to set up that touchdown drive. Philip Shelby now in the shotgun. Swift off to his right, looking for an open man. He's going to go down the middle for Sammy Watkins on the deep dig route, wide open, as he's able to get some quite a bit of separation on the dig route there. That's an awesome throw by Philip Shelby. It can be hard to see sometimes when you flood one side of the field and you start seeing a lot of defenders and you might get lost a little bit, but a great job there to find the middle man in Sammy Watkins. Rodney Foreman on the very next play on a short in route, and now pressure coming in, they bring the blitz, so that's going to be an incomplete pass. In the I formation here, we haven't seen too much Njoku so far in this formation, but going deep here, and Sammy Watkins getting big. He's going to make a big catch downfield and a risky throw with I think there was 3 defenders in the area, but Sammy Watkins has been feeling himself the past 2 weeks, and we are just riding the train right now because, we are definitely enjoying that kind of production so far this year. I mean, he was, pretty good last season. Wasn't really that big play guy we thought he can turn into be. Was able to catch a couple slants and get upfield, but he wasn't really a deep option. And this year, he's been looking pretty good down the field, and we're definitely going to be wanting to take advantage of that and kind of take pressure off the run game and, Rodney Foreman to be the only big playmakers. After the big touchdown there, it's going to be the Dallas offense back out, 3rd and 3 on the 32. Only 3 minutes left in the third, and we do have the lead. He's going to go to the in and out right there for CeeDee Lamb. Just a phenomenal route runner. It's hard to keep up with him even in zone when you don't know where he's ever going, because he has probably some of the nastiest hesitation moves in the league. And I do believe Amari Cooper is back, so clearly not a serious injury. And Ezekiel Elliott, 5 catches for 73 yards. He's been able to do it a little bit on both ends of the ball. Both ends of the, passing to running scale, I guess you can say. And you know what? I think he's given us issues right there, and he's been able to make a couple big catches. Of course, that seam definitely helps, but he has made a couple nice catches in the game other than that. 3rd and 1 here, hoping we can pack their bags, and we might have just done it there if we get a lucky spot, and it is a 4th and inches, as 2 of our best tacklers in Terrence Kramer and Malik Hooker are going to gang up there to take him back. So that's a great job, and we're going to force them to punt once again. They are not feeling too, risky, or they're not feeling like taking chances, only in the 3rd quarter apparently. After pressure coming in on 1st down, Philip Shelby looking around, trying to find an open man, trying to dump it off to DeAndre Swift, but hit as he throws once again. He's unable to hit the mark there, and it's going to be a play action on 3rd down. And they're going to go up and intercepted by the Cowboys again for the 3rd time today. That's going to be Lewis Marshall, who's been struggling on Sammy Watkins all day, but this time he's going to sit in zone, trying to throw the ball up high for TJ Hawkinson to, make a big catch on him. But unfortunately, that ball just doesn't probably hit the intended mark. And it's going to be a 3rd interception for Philip Shelby. Luckily, we have the lead, but these wasted possessions could have been crucial points for us. This game could possibly already be over. In the shotgun now with great field position to start off this drive on the 11-yard line. 3rd and 3, finds the hook route to Gallup, comes back for the ball, and he's going to be able to turn it upfield right after. And I'm 100% sure that that's the difference in quickness between the big cornerback and the speedy and quick receiver. DeAndre Swift breaks a tackle, is going to get about 8 to 9 yards there. So that's a great run. 12 rushes for 118, but he does have a big one in there. So the numbers might look a little bloated. 2nd and 1 there. You can see he's going to get the 1st down, only able to pick up 2. It's not one of our big ones, but it is an important 1st down as we're hoping to take the lead back. And it's going to be a counter play here. So we're putting our money on DeAndre Swift so far this drive. And he hasn't done too bad. Another gain of about 3 or 4. 2nd and 7 on the 42. 7.5 minutes left in the 4th. Philip Shelby is finally going to pass for the first time, looking for Sammy Watkins, and this one is punched out. So an unfortunate situation already in a 3rd and 7. Looking around, he's going to go to the flat there, and Sammy Watkins is going to be short by at least a yard. What will this offense do? They will stay out on the field, and it is going to be Crocker, the power back that we're claiming, who's out there. But no, this is going to be to Watts. That's going to be to Watts, our rookie fullback who we picked in the 7th round. Made a couple of big blocks during the preseason, so we decided to keep him out there for certain situations, and that's who we're going to go to, the big, strong fullback on a 4th and 1, and he's able to get the necessary yards. Now that the drive is still alive, 2nd and 10 on the 50. Philip Shelby rolling out. He's going to throw it, and off the hands, the helmet of a couple players. I'm not too sure there, but that's going to be an incomplete pass, and once again, a tough situation with the 3rd and 10. Dropping back, looking down the middle, and there's Sammy Watkins. We can rely on him on the dig route there. That's going to be another big 1st down. He picks up about 12 or 13. Looking around, David Njoku right down the middle, turns it up the middle, and he's going to be a fight off a couple guys there to try and get a couple extra yards. That's only his 1st catch of the game. It's been his least active game as of yet, but he's able to make a big catch on this one opportunity he has had so far. Swift, the handoff out of the pistol, is able to shake off a couple linemen there, but will eventually be taken down. So 2nd and 6 on the 12-yard line, looking to put up some points. Philip Shelby looking around. He's going to roll out to the left and finding Rodney Foreman running into the open space. A great connection there by the young duo who were both drafted in the same year, right? So they're grooming and they're adapting to the NFL level at the same time. Going deep now for CeeDee Lamb in double coverage, and he's going to get the big catch. That's telling Sammy Watkins, if you can do it, I can do it better right there. CeeDee Lamb is an impressive young receiver. Looking around there, he's going to throw it short. That's going to be to 4th receiving option right there. Not too sure who that is, but Dak Prescott able to keep this drive alive, and make some, hopefully put some points up after the big CeeDee Lamb catch. Looking down the middle, he's going to find the tight end wide open. Big hit, but unable to force the fumble. And Jarwin is going to turn it upfield and place them down at the 4-yard line. So far, so good for the Dallas Cowboys offense. Looking around, throwing it short to Jarwin. He had the big catch just the play before. Let him, cap off the drive with a wide open touchdown right there. And this is just a trade so far here today. Touchdown after touchdown. An entertaining second half, that's for sure. But at some point, somebody's going to have to seal it. Finding DeAndre Swift on the check down, left route. Passes the line scrimmage, gets to the left. We're able to throw to him right on the break. Open field there for a big first down. We're going to try and run the counter after that. Hopefully this can be the last touchdown of the game. Only a minute and a half, so it's very likely we just got to go get points. DeAndre Swift, 2 runs in a row. This is debatable play calling by the Detroit Lions so far. You have to show a lot of confidence that you are going to complete a pass if you decide to do that. Dumping it short to DeAndre Swift. 4 plays so far this drive, all to the same man. We are putting our money on him. We said it earlier in the third quarter, and he's doing great so far. Philip Shelby now under a minute. Looking around, is going to be hit as he throws, and a little bit more air, and the linebacker might be able to take that off to the other side and seal the game. Very lucky break right there. Now throwing to the wide open flat. It's TJ Hawkinson, runs a man over, but Sammy Watkins doesn't realize the ensuing defenders are coming and decides to turn upfield. One more key block by Sammy, and we might have had their touchdown right there. But let's be honest, we want to leave as less amount of time as possible here to ensure that we do get the last touchdown of the game. Philip Shelby now in the single back set with with DeAndre Swift right behind him, going to the out cross right there. That's a big crossing route, and you need a lot of time to let your tight end get all the way to the opposite sideline from where he started, but we're able to get a big connection there. So on the 9-yard line here with just under 30 seconds, we had an open man run off to the left, but Philip Shelby looking around, he's going to run it there. Thankfully gets out of bounds and doesn't get tackled, and an unlucky fumble there. So down at the 5-yard line with 2nd and goal. Handing it off to DeAndre Swift. Breaks a tackle, but there is a flag on the field. It's going to be a holding on the offense on Kelechi Osemele. And unfortunately, that's going to back us up. So 2nd and goal on the 13 now. Looking around, Philip Shelby trying to find an open man. He's going to dump this one off to the bubble route. And we're going to be forced to take a timeout right away. DeAndre Swift unable to get back outside. Pistol formation now. We have a trips off to the right. We need a touchdown. We might not get another chance. Things are getting tight. Finding TJ Hawkinson fighting for the touchdown. But they mark it short and we get a timeout off at with 2 seconds left. We need a touchdown. This is the play of the game. Who else but DeAndre Swift, who has gotten us here so far. And a big game-winning touchdown to go 0-3 so far this season. We are looking phenomenal, and it showed a lot of fight here. Our defense struggled. We have given up points in 2 of the 3 games so far this season. But you know what? We're making plays on offense. We're more consistent. We're getting better drives that finish off with points at a higher percentage than last season. So this is a game we probably shouldn't have won with 3 interceptions. But our defense, relatively speaking, played well if you want to think about it, to the sense that we gave them a lot of opportunities that they shouldn't necessarily had, and they still kept the game close. So to a certain extent, you don't want your defense giving up 30 points 2 games out of 3, but it could have been worse. So we're definitely going to take it for what it is. Defensively, who else stood out? I think Terrence Kramer had another good game. Steady tackler. Jeff Okudah gave up a couple catches, which is why he had higher tackling stats. But we were able to create pressure with Josh Sweat and Mitch Klein. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. I'll make sure to see you guys soon. Peace out.